Hey, church family, are you double minded or are you decided? To be double minded is to vacillate back and forth between multiple options. It's like when my family tries to pick where to go out to eat. We list all the options we can think of, good options, places we have been, places we like. We list their positives and their negatives. And as we vacillate back and forth between the options, we don't make a decision. And quite honestly, we end up eating at home. That's what double-mindedness looks like. To be decisive is to pick a path and to head down that path. As we turn to 1 Kings 18 today, the prophet Elijah calls out Israel and the evil king Ahab for being double-minded. In verse 21, we see Elijah ask the people of Israel a pointed question. He says, "How long will you go limping between two different opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal, then follow him." The people of Israel were supposed to be the people of God, the people of Yahweh, the Lord. But led by the evil king Ahab and by the 450 prophets of Baal, they were worshiping the Baals. And so Elijah calls them out. He says, "You're double-minded. You are vacillating back and forth between the Lord, Yahweh, and the Baals. You need to make up your mind." If we're honest, sometimes in our lives, we vacillate back and forth between following God, following Christ, and following the ways of the world, following the philosophies of the world, the practitioners of the world, the social media influencers of the world. We say we believe God, but if we're honest, sometimes our lives prove that we're following others. Elijah would encourage us to stop being double-minded and to be decided. If we claim we're going to follow God, to actually follow God, even though that may make us one of the only people following God. As this story unfolds, we see that Elijah is the only one on the side of the Lord as far as he knows. And he is up against the 450 prophets of Baal, and he calls them out to have a showdown on Mount Carmel. Now, I'm not going to tell you that story, but it's a fantastic story. And so I would really encourage you to read 1 Kings 18 today. It demonstrates God's power in a miraculous way, and it even includes Elijah doing some serious taunting. So if you have time, go and read 1 Kings 18. But toward the end of the story, right before God displays his power and triumphs over the prophets of Baal, Elijah makes one final prayer request of God. In verse 37, he says, "Answer me, O Lord, answer me, that this people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have turned their hearts back." As you go throughout your day today, my prayer for you and my prayer for me is that we may know that the Lord is the only true God, and that our hearts will be turned to him today, and that we will follow him wherever he calls us to go. Enjoy your time with Jesus today.